the Warriors might be headed for their most dramatic season in years. And not just because of aging stars or missed playoff runs, but because of the Jonathan Kuminga situation. The 21-year-old future of this franchise is now at the center of everything, but he's not rushing into an extension. He's exploring his options, and teams like the Kings and the Suns, well, they're circling like sharks. So what happened, and how did a once promising core start to crack this badly?
Forward Jonathan Kuminga, he headlines a group of restricted free agents. As reported by Shams, the Warriors have been in contact with several teams, but have not received an offer to their liking on a sign-in trade here for the fifth-year swingman.
Wait. Let's rewind, because this wasn't supposed to happen. Kuminga was drafted as a raw but high-ceiling project, and for a while, the project looked like it was paying off, but somewhere between the flashes of brilliance and stretches of total inconsistency, things got pretty rocky, and sources have said that there was frustration on both sides.
Where are you on that? Because I know you've sprinkled some out there, but it's still...
Yeah, I mean, we would still like to, but we're obviously, every game is tight, and we're trying to win every game, and you know, we want to put ourselves in a great position playoff-wise. So
Kuminga wanted a bigger role, and the Warriors wanted more consistency, more defense, and less tunnel vision. The problem, they never found middle ground. And here's where things might have really gone sideways: the communication. Kuminga's agent went public way too early. You don't drop a public "we need more minutes or else" type of message mid-season unless you're trying to make a statement. And Golden State, they didn't really answer. No clear show of support, no front office pushback, no "we believe in him" type of moment. And whether you blame the agent or the team, the silence, it was pretty loud. So fast forward to now, and we're hearing a bunch of noise. According to league sources, Kuminga isn't rushing into an extension. He's keeping his options open, and the Warriors, they're in a tricky spot. They can't afford to lose another young piece for nothing, but they also can't just keep letting uncertainty derail their season. Both the Kings and the Suns are offering something that Golden State never really has: a stable role, real minutes, and maybe the biggest thing of all, a chance to hit the reset button. And for Kuminga, the timing couldn't be more important. He's eligible for an extension this summer, and whether it happens or not, it could shape the future of his career and the Warriors. Because at this point, it's not just about development, it's not just about fit. This is about direction and about long-term commitment, about money, control, and what each side truly wants. Does Kuminga believe the Warriors are still the right environment for him to grow? And on the flip side, does Golden State still believe in him enough to invest in that growth? Those questions are still on the table, and this offseason might be the last chance to answer them. Now, to be fair, Golden State has tried.
Every team has, 15 to 17 guys who are all dying to play.
They gave Kuminga some real leash this year, especially with all the injuries, and in that stretch, he showed flashes of his ability to drive to the lane, getting to the line, and playing more controlled defense. He had real moments that made you say, okay, maybe this is it. But the thing is, the Warriors don't need potential anymore. They need dependability. They need Kuminga to step up, not just as a highlight reel guy, but as someone who can log in, understand his role, and contribute alongside Steph, Draymond, and Jimmy. Not someone who's still trying to prove he could be the guy. And that's not a dig. That's just what development looks like when you're playing for a team with championship expectations. And if Kuminga buys in, the door is still wide open for him here. But if not, we might be witnessing the final chapter of his Warriors run. So now what? The Warriors have a real big decision to make. Kuminga's eligible for an extension, but he's not in a rush, and if nothing gets done, he'll hit restricted free agency in 2026 where he can test the market, but Golden State still holds that final say. So while the Warriors technically control his rights, Kuminga's playing the long game, and he's betting on himself pretty much, showing what he can do and just keeping the pressure on it. And here's the thing, if he doesn't feel bought in, if the role still isn't there, he might make enough noise to push for a move before free agency even gets here. Meanwhile, teams like the Suns and the Kings, they see opportunity. And if you're Mike Dunleavy Jr., the question becomes, do you invest in his future now or remove him while Steph's title window is still open? And honestly, I'm not sure what's going to happen with this whole Kuminga situation, because even with all these sources coming out, there's a lot that can unfold, and Dub Nation, I guess, is just going to have to wait to see what happens. You guys let me know your thoughts about the situation and maybe some predictions. Put them in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the post notifications button so you don't miss any more Warriors news like this. And until next time, Wise out.